to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Good evening, Tracy.
Hello, Beth. How are we doing tonight?
We are here, and for all of our listeners out there, we are Girls Talk Rock here on WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Yes, and we are now hooked up with the entertalkradio.com. So that's ENTERTALK radio.com.
Can I call that Mighty Mighty as well? Mighty Mighty. Do we get two mighties on that?
They're both mighty.
Hey, we are Girls Talk Rock, and we are here tonight with a very special artist coming in. And for those of you who are tuning in to find out what it was, it's leona-x, a.k.a. Leo. Man, this gal is a hard rock and singer, lead guitarist, formerly of the girl band Jaggedy Ann, which I just like the name of that as it is. We're going to talk to her about that, her really well-known album, Boiling Point, and some of the people she's produced with and done. But, you know, most importantly, we want our listeners to tune in and hear about the career and what's going to be upcoming for leona-x. She's based out of Las Vegas, which I find even more exciting.
Yep, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas normally.
And we want to we've got four wonderful segments, really, but one of them I know we're going to be talking about the wonderful things in Vegas. We're going to be talking about being a female rocker and artist, just in general. Shredder, and we're going to get to know her really well, and we're going to find out all the party points in Vegas, because we're going to get the hot tips for our musicians who want to get out there and know the inside scoop. But first, welcome.
Yes, welcome, Leona.
Hey, good to be on here, and thank you. I'm happy to do this kind of stuff. I think it's a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, we try and make it fun.
We are fun, and you know, it's something really unique. Of course, you know, you're meeting us really for the first time here, and we like to celebrate women artists as much as we can. And anybody who reads about you and sees what you've been doing, you've been busy rocking the world for a while and doing some really cool things. And you are in Las Vegas, yeah?
Yeah, yep, that's where I am. Love it here. Been here for quite a while now, and I have to say it feels like home.
Yeah, well, tell us, you know, at the beginning of this, and we're going to cover so much, but Tracy and I were really just talking about so many of our artists start their way, you know, with mom making them take piano, or maybe they sang in the choir at church, you know,
or school.
What's the roots of the very beginning of leona-x? What can you tell us about that?
The beginning of when I first was introduced to music and wanted to play an instrument, or of this band, leona-x.
You personally. What created the musician, Leona?
Okay, I thought so, but I wanted to make sure.
Sure.
Well, the funny thing is, honestly, in my family, I hate to say it, but there is no history of anyone else in my family being a musician, playing any instrument. I had absolutely zero influence from anyone in my family.
That's good.
I was
bad,
the
right?
first one. I know, it's crazy, because I hear all these other musicians that talk about how, you know, it was their parents that introduced them to, you know, playing guitar or got them started on piano or whatever. For me, it wasn't like that. But I tell you what it was AC/DC. And basically, I grew up listening to country music. I mean, we had music in the house. My parents played music, but there was no one played an instrument.
You had a hee-haw family, huh?
What was that?
You had a hee-haw family? You had a country family that liked all the...
Yeah. Yeah, so I grew up listening to country music, and Elvis Presley was, and it's not country, but he was also one of the artists that my mother really loved. And so I got really hooked on Elvis Presley and fell in love with him when I was a little girl. I wanted to marry him, even though, you know, he was old enough to be my grandfather. You know?
There it is. Right?
But so very influenced by Elvis Presley as far as singing style goes. But then when I heard AC/DC for the first time, I fell in love with their guitar player, Angus Young. Yeah. But it wasn't one of those girl crushes, like, oh, he's so cute, I love him. It was his guitar tone and his stage presence and just the way he attacked his guitar and everything about him, the songs, I just wanted to be just like him.
Yeah, he is a pretty cool dude on stage.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I said he is a pretty cool guy on stage to watch, because he exudes that, everything that whether you're a guy or a girl really want to do when they're a musician on stage.
Well, and you're known as the Supergirl now. So did you think when you were that age, when you were younger, that you'd be doing this, we're going to call you Supergirl now because that's a nickname for you.
Oh, God.
But, be doing power vocals and playing shredding guitar, is that really when you had interest? Were you like, I'm going to rock out right away, or were you like on a little more like learning mode? Were you forced to do the kumbaya stuff on the guitar first? What was your first exposure to instruction?
Oh, I went straight for it. I as soon as I started playing, like, that was all I wanted to do, and I was completely obsessed with it. That's all I ever did from morning till night was play guitar. I didn't really have any notions of singing. I just wanted to be a lead guitar player, and for the first almost all my life, that's all I've done. It wasn't until recently that I started singing. I've only been singing for the last few years. So that's actually pretty new for me. But luckily, all of the experience on guitar played a hand in that also, but I have to work really hard at it. I have to practice, and it doesn't come as natural to me as it does to play guitar because, I haven't spent as many years singing. But right away, I went right for it. I started in a band when I was 17 years old, and I moved to LA and just went for it, and I haven't looked back.
So it sounds like to us that you're self-taught and you really didn't have any lessons along the way. You just did it.
Right.
That's nice to hear.
Cool.
We always want to know because we talk to so many artists and everybody. I can't emphasize how much the anybody's humble beginnings are worthy. Like you were saying, you hit the woodshed, and I just think that's such an important lesson to pass along in itself. But was there a point when you went to LA and you were playing with a group that you got the bug as far as performing? And there's one bug you get for playing music, and then that first, sold out show that maybe it was 50 persons in the room or 500, but that first event that was just, you felt that rush. What was that like? Your first experience where you went, yeah, this is where I need to be.
Oh, well, I got a really good story for you on that one. Definitely for me, it's the performing thing. I love all the aspects of being a musician. I love recording. I love touring and all of those things. But performing for me is the icing on the cake. That's what really gets me off. I mean, I love performing. There's nothing else like it. And what started me on that was an unbelievable experience, actually. My very, very first time on stage was with AC/DC. It's so crazy.
Holy
how
Mary.
many times in my life it came back to that band. It's kind of weird. So anyway,
we want to know, how'd you get on stage with these guys? You're in LA and you find yourself on stage with AC/DC. This is going to be juicy.
How does this happen?
I want all the details. Come on.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I didn't really get to play. So what I had to do is I had to pantomime a song. So this might kind of date me, but back when they were doing the Who Made Who tour,
sure,
and to do the live video of that version, what they did was they had all these Angus Young lookalikes go on stage and pantomime the opening song, which was Who Made Who. And
cool.
So I entered a contest at the Whiskey A Go-Go as an Angus Young lookalike, and I won.
That is awesome.
And what I won was an all-access backstage pass to go back there and meet the band and go on stage with them during the opening song at Irvine Meadows. And I'm telling you what,
you're right there in
Orange
County.
That is a cool story.
It was insane. And after that, I had the bug really bad, and there was no going back after that.
Well, I love it that you recall that it was Irvine Meadows before it was Verizon and before they were shutting it down. That's my home country back there. I'm a Irvine girl myself.
Orange County girl.
Yeah, I'm a UCI
Oh,
gal.
wow.
So I remember that. I remember climbing into that, I'm older now, so they won't tease me, but we used to go in through the animals to get into that back field and get to the good shows. I think I'm going to be paying for sins for a long time for doing that. But, those are the kind of things we want to hear about. You had some real cojones for getting out there and trying to do stuff, and especially crossing a gender gap where I'm sure there were a lot of women.
Well, we're going to be talking about that, too.
So I think that's what we're doing next. We're getting ready here going into already into our break, but we want to tell our audience that we're going to be talking to you next about some of the gender gap issues in rock and roll. And you just talked to us about how you overcame one. I mean, goodness, you just went in and did it and had big old cojones. What can I say on radio? I just
cojones is good on
hurt
radio.
my tongue. Oh my gosh.
And we're girls, so it sounds better coming from us.
But we're going to go into the next session and just really ask you about some of those stories about who you're playing with. Was it always the girls group? Jagged Ann, what a great sound. And some of the men you've played with and really what you've done to make a difference. I know a lot of our artists and even our women artists out there are going to want to hear, how you touched that stove a few times for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, good. So
Sounds
just
good.
hang on the line. We'll be back in approximately 3 minutes. You are listening to Girls Talk Rock Radio, WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk, and on EnterTalkRadio.com, who's powered by WS. And we are going to be back in just 3 minutes, so hang tight. We'll be right back, guys. Oh, thank you, Moe's Guitars. I forgot to say that. Moe's Guitars, yay, our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goley, one thing that you've helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, Ms. Venus, we are back.
We are. Well, hello. We want to welcome everybody, our new listeners. We are here with leona-x of the leona-x band, who resides and performs in Las Vegas.
Baby.
Oh, my gosh. I love that town. And so many of our artists, I know, wish they were out there with you more often. They're coming up and down the coast. But we left off after our first segment just talking about you had left, and gone to L.A. and looking to be that big star. You were on stage at Irvine Meadows with AC/DC. You're playing with the band. And of course, you've got a history that we're working through. But, I have to share with you, we're so impressed that you are not just a female musician, but you're a rock musician.
A rocker.
And there's not a lot of women in the industry who hold that title, really.
Yeah, because our very good friend is Ronnie Lee, as you know, and she knows you, and I'm sure you know her. And
I just think it takes a lot.
Yeah, I love Ronnie.
Yeah. For women to not get mellow and just crunch into things. So tell us, when you were, deciding to really go that route with, rock and roll and this metal vibe and all this stuff going on, how hard was it to be taken seriously as a guitarist and as a lead guitarist and wanting to, be that front person and kind of kick butt on the guitar? Was that something that was poo-pooed, or was it just open doors the whole time?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's been exactly open doors the whole time. We've come a long way since, back in the day when I first started, and since so many of our pioneering ladies before us, like Pat Benatar and Joan Jett.
Yes.
I really owe it to them, for opening those doors for us, because I know that they had it a lot harder, and
hard. Yeah, hard was a big one.
Lots of credit to them. I think that it is a lot easier now. There are definitely a lot more women out there doing it now than there ever was before. And it does get a little bit easier, but in some ways, it just never changes. I mean, I still have some of the same battles that I had, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whenever,
right.
When I first started.
But how do you deal with it differently, though? Do you, 15 years ago, you got the same things happening, and I'm a gal in music, so I'm sure I've got a taste of it.
Yeah, and you might have just smiled back then and said,
Do you respond differently to it now? Do you feel like you have a savvier response and a way that gets you feeling better?
I do, definitely. I think that I am. I do handle it better now, just because of more experience and more maturity, and you just kind of you just learn how to take things with a grain of salt, and also with more confidence too. I think the more confident you feel about it, the less inhibited you are, and the less confronted you feel about it. I don't know if that was the right choice of words, but
sure.
I think the experience and confidence, really helps a lot to overcome. But, I still struggle with it. I mean, and it's part of the reason why, as women, we end up in all-girl bands.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, there's still the stigma, about that a girl can't be as tough or can't rock as hard or whatever, And so a lot of guys don't want to play with another woman in the band, or so in a sense we're kind of forced into forming these all-girl bands. Part of the reason, but also there's also that camaraderie part too. There's something to be said about. I actually really enjoy it because of the friendship thing, and there's just a certain kind of relationship that you can have with other women that you can't have with guys.
Absolutely. And also, does that transcend into the, like I'm thinking about you've got, of course, your projects now, and you've also been with Jaggedy Ann, but the look and the feel of your band, I know that, looking great is one thing. Deciding to go more edgy or more sexy, or going with the look of a band is a big decision. Do you feel like you can push it so far and still be taken seriously, or do you feel like the boundaries are down and you don't have to worry about that now?
Oh, well, that's a really good question. Unfortunately, I always do say it is harder for women in that area because it's kind of not fair, because it's like if you're a woman in the business, it's like you have to be drop dead gorgeous and be all that, because we're so compared to, all these unbelievable, unattainable images that we see in the media that we're
and the images
compared
that guys
to
expect,
constantly.
Yeah, and the
So
images
it's a
that
lot
guys
of pressure
expect to
like
see.
that,
Yeah.
Well, I think people should look at your site because you guys are rocking.
Yeah.
And I really was, and the reason I ask is it doesn't. I love seeing women who aren't scared to just like be flippin' edgy
and who they are,
sexy,
yeah,
and be who you are without like really explaining yourself. So it looks like that to me is confidence. You look confident as hell. So that's what I'm trying to get at. I guess is how did you get there?
Definitely, and that's lucky for me. What I was going to say is that, fortunately for me, I don't have a problem with it, because I don't have a problem with expressing my sexuality and pushing the envelope and dressing provocative or whatever. I don't feel like it's something that somebody's twisting my arm to do or just to try to market myself. Honestly, I'm being myself. It's what I like. It's what I'm all about. And luckily for me, though, that I can really deliver the goods also. Because it would be one thing if you had the looks or you had this image that, you're trying to push, but that's all you have and you can't really play your instrument. That wouldn't be taken very seriously. But I don't really worry too much about it for that, because I do feel confident that I can deliver the product. But also because I'm just being myself. I don't feel like I'm doing something that I don't want to do.
Well, tell us this much. Are you thinking about touring, or are you thinking about staying in Vegas? Because that was one thing that I was curious about, because I can see that you're from Vegas, but it doesn't say anything about tours or anything like that. So were you thinking about touring, or are you thinking about staying there in Vegas and just doing your thing at Vamped and all?
Oh, God, I definitely want to tour. I mean, that's the thing that I love more than anything is performing. And to perform for lots of people everywhere, you have to tour. And honestly, a lot of musicians don't like touring because it isn't very easy. And when you're on a low budget, it's actually a pretty tough lifestyle. It's pretty hard on you. But I'm pretty adaptable because I grew up with my family moving literally every year. And I'd have to change schools like every year.
That's what I did with my daughter as well.
So you're tough. You're a tough girl.
All my life it's been like that. So for me, touring is actually not that big of a deal. I really love it, and I love seeing different faces every night. So anyway, hopefully that will be in the future near soon. And we'll be heading over there to San Diego. And
we'd love to have you.
Well, we'll have to talk with you after about that, because we have a few people that are running some pretty nice agencies over here where we do a lot of booking.
Yeah, it's a great, and I was looking at your schedule, and I'm trying to let our artists know who are listening. Girls Talk Rock is of such interest to our working and touring musicians out of San Diego and Southern California, and. They do. They want to be where you are. They want to tour through Las Vegas, Arizona, and then come back through this little triangle back here to Southern California. But the draw is always to be in Las Vegas. And, we're looking at your schedule. We know you play at Counts Vamped, in some really hard rock cafe there in Las Vegas. What are some of your favorite stages there in Las Vegas that, you just can't get enough of? And if you had your pickings, you would have on draw?
Well, honestly, it's obvious that I love Vans a lot. I just love that place. First of all, they're really good to their bands. They treat you really good. The stage is awesome. The sound system is great. The sound man, the guy who does the sound, Jason Froberg, he's amazing. He really knows his stuff. They've got a built-in audience there. The place is just it's the place to be in Las Vegas, and it's got the best stage and everything there. I love it there the most.
And they're focused on rock and metal rock, right? And getting some of the heavier, more fun, more leathery, more edgy bands in. I've got to ask, are there a lot of other female-led groups there at Vamped? Or are you in the minority for that's booking cycle? Who else is in queue? Who is some of the gals in queue that you can relate to?
Honestly, there are quite a few women musicians here, in particularly in the rock genre. But the only thing is, it seems to be mostly tribute and cover bands. There aren't hardly any original acts.
Right.
So I'm racking my brain trying to think of one, to be honest.
Yeah, let me ask, are you mostly covers with some original sprinkled in, or are you all original, or what are you?
Oh, I'm all originals.
Okay.
We do throw in a couple of cover songs here and there, but with my Leona-X band, it's all about my songs that I write, because I'm an avid songwriter, and they're constantly coming out of my head.
Sure.
And that's my main passion.
I love that,
awesome.
that we can get that from you, because, you mentioned the covers and tributes, and we love and adore our working artists who are in cover and tributes, but there is something really special about a rock and roll female rocker. We want to get you in San Diego so bad. When we come back from break, which is just a couple of seconds down, Tracy, we're going to cover some of that. We're going to talk about some of the venues we're going to have you at here, where you're traveling to next, and also where our listeners can get your LP and listen to the music that you're hanging on to, and where you're going with it. So when we come back, Tracy.
Yeah, we also just got some Slaves Against the Machine tickets rolling in for the House of Blues, so we'll talk about all that as well. We'll be right back in 3 minutes, guys.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozeguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, Bethany, we're back.
Hey, Tracy, and of course we're here with Leona-x of Las Vegas, our rocker goddess.
Woo!
We are so happy to hear. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, this is Leona-x with us from Las Vegas. She is the dream rocker and once of Jaggedy Ann, and of course now with Leona-x Project, they're in touring throughout the area. And we were just asking her about some of the stages that she really was most fond of.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Give us the inside trip. Of course, you were talking about Vamped, that takes in rock and roll from covers, tributes, and of course original artists like yourself. Good built-in audience. People are ready to rumble. What are some of the hidden gems there in Las Vegas that we should make sure that our artists, if they're not playing there, that they should make sure they go and attend and check things out when they're out there for music that you like?
Oh, gosh, there's so many of them now because Las Vegas has really just made a huge comeback in the music scene over the last few years since that whole recession. Over on Fremont Street, there's so many places there. Backyard bar and billiards, the BBB. There's the Double Down Saloon. I believe that's not on Fremont Street, but that's another one.
Now, Fremont, you bring up a really
cool
one. Fremont Street, the main stage is there. Have you played at that indoor-outdoors venue? And when you who have you shared the stage with? They usually do a switch-off at that venue.
Yeah, I've actually played there on Fremont Street outside on the big stages and at a couple of the venues there, which also one that I was going to mention is the Las Vegas Country Saloon. I opened for Doro Pesh in that place, and that's a really, really awesome venue also.
Now, is that similar? Is Fremont Street similar to the new Container Mall stage that's out there? Is that something you've hit already, or is that something you're getting roundabout to?
I have not been to the Container Park yet. Haven't played there yet.
What's the inside scoop? Have you heard anything good?
Oh, gosh. Honestly, I haven't really heard that much about it because I haven't played there yet. It's like once you get booked somewhere, you know everything about it.
Right? We have people asking us about different
I haven't been
venues out there.
Booked there yet, but I have played some of the big stages there on Fremont Street with a couple of different bands. The most memorable being of Jaggedy Ann, which was my all-girl band. We played the big stages out there, and that was tons of fun. Fremont Street is crazy, girl.
Isn't that a fun? I've played Fremont Street. I got to play out there with a Kiss tribute, and man, did I have a good time. And I think there were 2 bands and about 14 guys, and I got to be the one chick just shaking my thing, and that was a lot of fun out there in Fremont. I recommend that experience to just about everybody.
Well,
absolutely.
Tell us if you like to play any other genres besides rock, because we know you grew up with kind of country stuff, but we're talking about the Brooklyn Bowl now. I don't know. Go ahead and tell us about whether or not you would like to play any other genres, and then tell us about the Brooklyn Bowl.
Well, you know what? I actually like all kinds of different genres of music. And honestly, I write in several different genres. I actually have country songs that I wrote, but they're more like country rock. Like, I like the more modern country rock stuff.
Little
like
kid
Jason
rock style,
Aldean
southern rock style, huh?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I actually write a little bit in there. So and there's a fine line between country and rock, really. You know, they really cross over.
Getting that southern groove can make such a difference. Now, you were raised on country, so that sounds like it makes sense that you would be compelled to be around that a little bit.
So are you a union musician
Johnny
at all?
Cash.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I think we have a delay.
No, I was just saying Johnny Cash was another one that was a big influence of mine. Really love him, too.
Well, I don't know. His music I didn't connect with until I had children. Then I knew what Ring of Fire was all about. But I digress. We really want to know, more importantly, hearing you talk about your writing, I know Tracy and I are just curious, are you connected with ASCAP, and are you writing for movies or for TV, or is that something you like to do just as an original artist to submit under different genres?
I'm just recently have been introduced to the idea of doing that. So I am in the process of trying to get some recordings done. I'll record all types of songs that I do, for whether it's for movies or soundtracks or whatever. I haven't secured anything yet, but that is something that I am exploring right now. And I just signed on with a publishing deal with Go DIY Records. I don't know why I can never say that. But I've yet to secure a deal, but that is something that I am working on trying to establish. I think it would be a fun way to make some extra cash and to get some of that creativity out. So totally open to that.
That's cool. Now, maybe let our listeners know. What was I going to ask?
Well, I know what I want to know.
I've got about 10 things.
We're a little bit. I have to say, I'm like Alzheimer's, ADD. So thanks for being patient with Leona. What I want to know is, if you were on a major tour, who are you going to be touring with? What, if you double down with somebody and they want to take you on the Western Hemisphere here, who's your ideal tour stop? Who do you think you would fit with best, so you could get on stage and play a little bit with, and that fits the same common, fan? Who's your fan that you would want to tour with? The headliner that you think would connect really well?
Oh my gosh, there's so many that I would love.
Well, let's say it now so they can hear and we can send it out to them. Let's make this happen. What's your ideal setup? Let's dream big. Let's do it.
My very favorite band that I'm really, really into right now, I don't know if I would want to be on tour with them, only because I would feel so not worthy.
You're always worthy. Remember that. Always worthy. And say again?
No, but... Well, are you talking about a band that's already, like
established touring,
national touring?
Yeah.
You get a call from.
Who I would love to be on tour with is Hailstorm, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, do I even want to sing on the same stage as Lizzie Hell? I don't know. I would feel very not worthy.
Well, I think that's part of it. I think you'd have a shared. I think the people who are there for that show would get really excited about seeing what you do, and seeing it live, because there's something about seeing an artist like you with that kind of energy live versus just any recording. There's something, the high energy of it, and that's a really good match. I'm like, hey girl, you go for it, man. This is how it's done. Making
that
sure
would be a dream come true.
Yeah, right. Why not? And while you're at it, who else? What's your second best? Well, who else would you get on board with? Because we want to put it out there, put it in the ether, and make sure this happens. And Tracy and I are always telling all our artists of every genre, do that. Who do you want to be connected with? Is it?
Well, obviously AC/DC would be one of them. But other than that, another artist that I would really love to tour with is Volbeat. I love Volbeat.
Nice.
Wow.
They're just such a cool combination of Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, and heavy metal.
You could do some more of your kind of groove country rock. Your kid rock metal.
All right, well, tell me this now. Do you have any kind of a favorite record label, or if you were looking at a record label you'd like to get on, which one do you think you would fit best with?
I would take any of them, to be honest.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll talk to Ronnie Lee at Play Like a Girl Records, because I'm sure she'd like to have you on her label.
Oh, we're just going to sell you more than you know. You don't even, Leona, you just don't know what you got into.
No,
I know
you don't know what kind of can
of
worms you opened up with these two ladies.
I know. We are from San Diego.
We have some friends in the biz.
Honestly, we have talked about it briefly for like a minute, but then we both get so busy that that we haven't really had time to follow up on it, but we have talked about it. I'll just say that.
I would like to see the two of you on stage together because I think that'd be interesting. One doing the rhythm guitar with one doing the lead and then switching off because you're both really good at rhythm and lead. So that would be my personal that'd be what I would want to see. So we're gonna have to get you out here to do a tour with Ronnie Lee. That's
gosh! Hey, and I also this is so important. I think I'm just going to throw it out there, but a Girls Talk Rock summer session with all these awesome women rockers.
Yes,
and maybe a few of our guys that we enjoy too, if they ask really nicely. Hey, if they ask very nicely, and I'm just going to say that.
If they ask nicely.
Because they have to have the manners. We posted online earlier this week that Girls Talk Rock had some tickets to some of our listeners who would text in, and they know, or text or message us directly with the key phrase of the day. And our phrase of the week is going to be leona-x.
Yes, leona-x.
And if the first 4 viewers to message us directly
on our Girls Talk Rock page.
On our Girls Talk Rock Facebook page, they get their choice of these tickets. They can go to the House of Blues and see the Slaves Against the Machine show over at House of Blues and I'm looking at the dates because I'm totally blind.
She's looking at
Thursday,
the dates.
March 3rd, because it's Green Day, Blink-182, and Rage Against the Machine tribs. These are national tribs that are just a bowl of fun. Blast of fun. They can also choose from seeing Hapa, which is a Hawaiian music with Mark Lynn Retzer on Sunday at Coach House.
We just get shows all the time.
March 6th, we've got a March 9th show that, of course, is Billy Stevens playing for Dana Fuchs. And we've got more than that coming. I think we have a Fleetwood Mac show at Coach House as well. Message.
Yeah, message us on Girls Talk Rock on the Facebook
and the code
page.
word leona-x.
All right, Leona, hang on a minute because we got to pay some bills here, do a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to talk to you all about what's coming up in 2016 for Leona-x.
Recordings.
And what tours we can get you on and get you over here to San Diego so we can experience Leona-x in the way that you should be experienced. So hang on, girl. We'll be right back.
Talk to you soon.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozeguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Appify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children. After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical. This is your life. Live it well.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are back. Beth will be joining us again on mic shortly. We're back with leona-x, female extreme rocker. I love it. And it is where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And that's why we're here talking to leona-x today, because she is very creative and we wanted to hear what she had to say. So let's get right back into it with you, Leona. What do you have going on for 2016 that we need to know about? What kind of good shows are coming up?
Well, some exciting stuff. Right now, I'm in the process of recording my new EP at Vegas View Recording with Bobby Ferrari and Mr. Bob Kulick, a Grammy Award-winning producer, producing my next CD coming up. So, we've been really knee-deep in that, and so kind of on a hiatus from taking booking shows because of that, just concentrating on that. But it's going to be worth it because it's going to be really great.
And what's the name of that, and when is the release of that?
We don't have an exact release date yet, but it should be within, by the beginning of summer, end of spring, summer. So maybe, June, May, June, somewhere around there.
And what's the name? What's the name of that? What's the name of that CD going to be, so we can look for it?
Oh, it's called Vegas View Recording.
Cool.
Studio. Yeah. So really super excited about that. I do love recording also. I love playing live the most, but recording is a lot of fun too because, I have so many songs coming out all the time, and I got to tell you, there's just something so fun and amazing about hearing them come to life. All these ideas that you have in your head just come to life. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, and that's why I mentioned
so that's what we have going on.
Yeah, and that's why I mentioned when you're really creative like that. I can't sleep because there's so much going on in my head all the time, and I actually keep a pad of paper next to my bed and a pen because I can't settle my brain down enough. Okay, so are you going to be going?
Oh my God, that's me too.
Right.
Same thing. I have to have my phone there.
The best ideas come out at 3 a.m. That's what I can say. Yeah. The best ideas come out at 3 a.m. I don't know why, but
you have to write them down right away. Because don't think that you'll remember them because you won't. You have to get them down immediately.
That is correct. So tell us this much: are you represented by any agency, or do you do all the booking and that type of stuff yourself?
Right now, I just started working with Excite Entertainment.
Okay.
For booking. They're based out of L.A. Haven't gotten anything yet because, like I said, I've been on a break recording, but hopefully soon coming up here in the spring.
And how do you find it easy or hard to do everything that you need to do, because you normally your band is a business, and you want to make sure that you have the best representation and that you're getting the best bookings for the most money, and being able to, all the logistics behind the whatever you're going to do. So what do you think about all that?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy doing all that, because I got to tell you, all the creative stuff, performing and thinking of songs and ideas. I'm really good at that, because I have the creative juices flowing all the time. But the business side, I'm not that great of a business person. It's not that easy for me, but I do try. I mean, every day, all day, I'm working on music. I'm always thinking of stuff for the band every day, trying to work really hard at marketing and promoting and networking and, all of that stuff. But looking is not my strong suit.
Well, looking, you've been doing this a long time, and obviously you've had enough success where you're on our radar, you're on a lot of radars, of being a talented and an artist that someone can come and they can rely on a really good show. But, looking back, what are some of the biggest lessons that you can share with us that, maybe could have done sooner, or the things that you're glad you did in your career that made all the difference, whether it was for, your sanity or for financial gain, but, for that emotional or fiscal payoff? What were some of the things that you did right and some of the things you did wrong?
Well, some of the things that I feel like I did the most wrong were mostly when I was young and starting out. You do a lot of partying and
hard living,
not focusing enough on the business side of things. I would say for me, and if I had any advice to give up and coming, musicians or women, whatever, is, to focus on your craft and really do everything you can to be the best that you can so that you can really deliver your product, and not spend so much time partying and,
plenty of good times to come, huh?
All right, so Leona, we're going to do this. We're in the last 3 minutes of our, I know it goes so fast, right?
Okay.
But what we want to do is we want to figure out, we want everybody to know all your links. How can we get a hold of you if we want to book you? Just give us your links so that we can see your music and keep in touch and find out what's going on with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so number one, my website is www.leona-x.com. So that's leona-x spelled out, and then rocks, ROCKS.com.
Okay.
Very easy to remember that. You can find me on Facebook by searching for Leona-X, also on Twitter, Reverb Nation, YouTube, on any of those. You just search for Leona-X. It'll come right up. As far as booking, contact Elena Hernandez from Excite Entertainment, or myself, either way, because I'll get a message to her. But the easiest way to contact me would be through the website, leonaxrocks.com, or on Facebook. Those are the two that I'm on the most. Although I do check the Twitter and everything also.
You
on a
Twitter
daily
and you
basis.
twat, Leona. Oh my goodness.
It's not twat, it's twit.
Twit. I am not as technical as
twit
as my dear friends here. I'm just a little behind, so be patient with me, Leona. We really want to all come out and see you in Las Vegas, and we're also hoping you're going to be on tour and hitting San Diego. We want our listeners to check you out, and better yet, hey, listeners, when you go out to Las Vegas and you see Leona-X, make sure you tell her that you heard her on Girls Talk Rock, and she's going to take care of you. She's going to make sure you have a good place in that venue. Hey, how are we going to close this out with our quattro, huh?
Yeah, we have
so
in the last 2 minutes of our show, we give the listeners a little insight, and we ask you what's called quattro questions. We ask you 4 questions. And we make sure that you answer them just the first thing that comes to your mind. You can't think about it too long. So here is your first quattro question. If you were a movie,
oh my God,
any movie in history, which one are you?
If I was in a movie?
No, if you are a movie. If you're any movie in history, what movie are you?
Fried green tomatoes.
Oh, love it. All right. So if you're a drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, doesn't matter, just a drink. Which drink are you?
Tequila.
Wow, there you go.
We would get along so well.
All right, so with the worm or without? I'm just kidding. Okay.
Hey, we're San Diegans. We know our tequila. Let's keep going.
So what are you? Are you sweet, salty, or both?
Am I what?
Are you sweet, salty, or both?
Sweet or salty? I'm salty, baby.
Okay, salty. There we go. We like it salty sometimes.
Sweaty,
okay,
salty.
so if you're any number, what number are you? Because a lot of people have lucky numbers, but I'm like a 6. So what number are you?
Ooh, you're 6.
11. That's my favorite and my lucky number. 11.
There you go.
Ooh.
Usually ones are associated with angels, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, we've got a female rocker that loves to shred, and she's into ones, which is angels. That's good.
Leona, it's been a pleasure. I cannot wait till we get to see you live on stage and be in presence with that. We just can't thank you enough for being on Girls Talk Rock here at Enter Talk. And we're just looking forward to the next date. We can really give all our listeners when you're going to be in town so we can really push. And also the code word for our listeners, leona-x.
Leona-x.
If you want the free tickets.
Yep, free tickets. Buzz us now. Get on our Facebook page. Well, thank you so much, Leona, for joining us. And we will try and get you over here on a tour. How's that sound?
Let's do it, girl.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Girls Talk Rock loves Leona-x. Let's keep on going.
Yep, and you've been listening to Girls Talk Rock on the leader in music biz talk, which is entertalkradio.com.
Yeah, next you're going to have
Rodney Elliott. He's up next. Stay tuned.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozeguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.